Morning folks, Sinead here with Free Tours by Foot London. I am standing right on the river, you guys, right by the incredible Tower Bridge. Now behind me this morning is City Hall, and there's a lot of activity around here at the moment. The building of City Hall, it's the mayoral elections, so the police are everywhere. They're kind of watching me now at the moment because I'm filming. But there's something really special about to happen. So it happens very rarely, and it hasn't happened a lot in the last the last year with 2020, of course. So any minute now at about 11 o'clock, Tower Bridge is just about to lift. I'm here on the river, right beside Tower Bridge, the Bascule and Suspension Bridge, and the Tower of London, some of the beautiful buildings in the area. Here we have the walkie-talkie building. That's the rather tall, large one you see there. You have beside it number 22 Bishopsgate, which is the newest and tallest building in the City of London, boasting the tallest cocktail bar in Europe. Right beside that you have the cheese grater, you have the scalpel, and you have the gherkin. Now I am waiting on something very special to happen, just to show you around while we're waiting. Here's the Shard, which was formerly the tallest building in Western Europe. This is City Hall, you guys, home to the mayoral elections are taking place right now. So there's a lot of activity around here with police and sniffer dogs, but I'm here for the bridge because very shortly you're going to see something which usually takes place 400 times a year. Now it's going to be opening up at 11 o'clock this morning, because the tall ship, one of the tall ships is going to be heading through here. It's called the Cable Ship Sheldemand. So I'm just waiting on it to arrive. In the meantime, enjoy the view. It's been a while since the bridge has lifted, actually. We've been keeping an eye on it because I wanted to know when it was going to lift again. But it's been a good while since the pandemic began. But thankfully, up in operation again today. It opened this morning at 9 for this cable ship, and it's going to be scheduled to be open again at 11. So it's a pretty cool thing, actually, because a lot of Londoners haven't even seen this before. Now, there in front of you, the only castle in London, the Tower of London, built to intimidate and impress. Now let's see, so here we go. I believe we can hear the bells are ringing, or the sirens are ringing to stop the traffic. So let's get the best view we can, you guys. This is, a lot of Londoners haven't even seen this, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. You'll see it's starting to elevate now very shortly. I will bring it up as best I can for you. So these lifted bascules they're hydraulically operated using electricity and oil, but they will soon be stopping all the traffic here. I hope it's a pretty ship. These bascules lifted in 1952 when the number 78 bus was crossing over it. And thankfully, I think the chap's name was Albert Gunther, the bus driver, had to make a split decision, second decision, and he flew through the air, landed on the other side. Thankfully, nobody was hurt in the process, and he was given a sum of £10 for his efforts, which would be the equivalent of about 250 today, by the City Corporation as a thanks for his bravery. There you go, you guys. Here we go. Amazing feat of engineering, the bascules lifting Tower Bridge to facilitate this ship that's coming through. So just for your own reference, it is also possible to see this when you visit London. They publicise the times online. A lot of people don't know that actually, but you can check out online and they'll tell you exactly what time the bridges are lifting. Now, here we go. That's the boat that's responsible for the bridge being lifted. So it usually happened about 400 times a month. Now it happens about 400 times a year. But of course, because of the pandemic most recently, there wasn't much option or need, shall we say, for it to be opened as much. But we'll wait for it to come down again now. Now the other boat going through is the Clipper, Thames Clipper. It must be operating again right now, I'm not quite sure, but it's a great little boat to use when you're in London. You can use your Oyster card on there. And it takes you from London Bridge to Tower Bridge to Embankment Pier to Millbank, where MI6 and MI5 are located, and it also has a stop here at Tower Hill, and it stops at Greenwich. Now the bridges are coming back down again. Okay. And much to the relief of the traffic jam right now on the bridge, they will release the traffic over the bridge again. So there you have it, Tower Bridge lift up and down. Now we will take a little walk up onto the bridge now. So I just want to show you, we'll walk over those bascules and these beautiful towers you see here. There is a walkway at the very top there. It's got a glass floor, and not for the faint-hearted. If you're afraid of heights, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's a very popular thing to do in London. It's called the Tower Bridge experience. But Tower Bridge took about 13 years to build. It was John Wolfe Barry was appointed as the engineer, and Sir Horace Jones was the architect. It started in around 1886. The first stone was laid by Albert, Prince of Wales, and it was due to be completed 8 years later, but it took 13 years. As most construction work is always usually delayed, you guys. So it was officially opened by the Prince of Wales on the 30th of June 1894. So it's a bascule and suspension bridge, taken from the French word bascule, meaning seesaw. It's originally, as I mentioned, hydraulically operated in times gone by. Well, it's still hydraulically operated now, using electricity and oil. So quite quick the lifts are, usually about 60 seconds for a half lift, 90 for a full lift. But let's head up the stairs here, and we can take you up and over the bridge. So a little footpath here up the stairs. Takes you right onto the bridge. The traffic are still here. I remember in my days of guiding the open top buses, it might have been a novelty for the guests, but wasn't great for traffic. So they still haven't. Oh, there you have it. They're turning the lights are going green now. So a bit of movement again. But it's a pretty cool place to get stuck if you're the first in line in traffic. And on your right, those buildings in the distance, is the second financial district in London. That's Stratford. It's where the Olympic Games were held, you guys, in 2012. And what was pretty special about here is right in the center of the towers of Tower Bridge is where the Olympic rings were suspended. Have a look online for that. That was pretty spectacular. Now in the 10th of August 1912, a chap called Francis McLean flew a plane through the towers here in Tower Bridge. David Beckham came along here in a speedboat for the opening of the Olympic Games. Now it was originally a much duller greyish type of colour, but they actually painted it blue, white and red in celebration of the Silver Jubilee of the Queen, which took place in 1977. So I just want to take you in the middle here so you can get a good view. This is the viewing point of the tower. Now that rather looking egg-shaped building is just where we were. That is City Hall, home to the London Mayor, the Greater London Mayor, who is actually being elected this weekend. The elections are taking place right now. Beside that is the Shard, the tallest building, used to be the tallest building in Western Europe. It's 1,016 feet high. And HMS Belfast. And just a quick mention, ladies and gents, because people tend to confuse this. You see the bridge directly behind HMS Belfast there, the battle cruiser? That is London Bridge. There's been a bridge on that crossing for over 2,000 years. This is Tower Bridge. And this is the great view you'll get from it. Now, just to show you up here is where those little glass walkways are. So if you're brave enough, you can head through there. It's all part of the Tower Bridge experience. We'll take you over to the other side. It's one of the control rooms here. The gentleman had just closed the barriers and just reopened them because they've just opened up. Now the Tower Bridge was kind of built a steel and bascule bridge. It was built so it wouldn't contrast with the amazing Tower of London on the other side, which is built during the Norman invasion of the time of William the Conqueror in 1078. There's a royal mint, there's an observatory, even at one time or another an actual zoo, and also the royal treasury, home to the most famous set of jewels in the world, the crown jewels. This is the walkway. And just pull all the way back. As you can see, it's a beautiful day in London, so if you're brave enough, this is for you. So one last look around, probably one of the best views in London. If you do enjoy the tours, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. If you have any preferences where you'd like us to travel on these little videos, please give us some of your suggestions. We'll be happy to research them. But for right now, on this beautiful day in London, I'm signing out. I'll be back and talk to you very soon.